What's good, y'all? Akil here, back with another video, and today we're gonna hit up Ross to see if I can find anything to flip online. Now, I don't usually spend too much time in the clothing section, but I got a couple comments lately where some people have been telling me they've been finding some really dope stuff, even finding some shorts and flipping them for almost 200 bucks. So I'm gonna take some time today and really check out the clothing section. Hopefully we can find something good. But for me, I usually just try to hit up the shoe section and try to be in and out as fast as possible. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, y'all, so first up, I checked the clothing section first, and I came across this Antonio Brown jersey. This is when he used to play for the Raiders, but he doesn't play for the Raiders anymore. He actually said he just retired, quote unquote. So I don't know how well this jersey might be reselling for, but I'm going to check the comps. But usually when a player leaves a certain team, the price tag in terms of resale usually does tank. Next was this David Johnson jersey, and he doesn't play as well as he used to, so I don't know how many people might want this jersey, but I'll still check the comps and check it out. Had to leave the clothing section really quickly because it was dry as it usually is. So I went to the women's section and I came across this pair of orange Huarache. And most of the time Huaraches do sell for some decent profit, but I just wanted to check these out really quickly. And after checking the comps, they wasn't selling for that much. So you always got to run the comps. You just can't trust a certain model. Some sell better than others. So I just wanted to put that one back. Next was another pair of Huaraches, and this one was in a size 6 or 6.5. I think they were asking 50 bucks for this one as well. So I'm definitely going to check out the comps on these because they look like they have more of like a ACG type of feel to them with that kind of like tan cement style to it. So these are really dope, so I might have to scoop these up. But like I always tell you guys, you always got to check the comps. So as you guys know, right now in Ross, there's a lot of shoes that's reduced. Some shoes as low as 49 cents. I haven't been seeing too many shoes 49 cents in my area, but I'm still trying to check all the aisles because you never know what you might come across. Those Under Armours definitely aren't worth it. I usually don't sell those. And this pair of Pure Boost was dope, but those aren't really reselling for much profit either. So next up, we came across this pair of Air Max 95s with this like corduroy print around it. These are really nice, but surprisingly, after checking the comps, they wasn't selling for that much. I seen some for 100, but that was a few months ago. And the most like the previous sales, those were selling really cheap, like 70 bucks. So it definitely wasn't worth it for me to be trying to flip those, especially since they were asking 50. And if you guys could see from the video, the condition was kind of beat up, so I definitely would have to clean those up before I tried to sell them. So had to pass on those. Next up was I think somebody tried to hide a pair of Jordans in the women's section. I don't know, but these were clearly worn. There were a lot of scuffing and some stains on the bottom, so I just had to put those back as well. And next up was a pair of these Alpha Bounce Instincts, and I was seeing these in Ross fairly often. I haven't seen any for women, but this one was tagged with the women's tag on here, so I'm not sure if that was a mistake or what. But at the end of the day, these shoes aren't reselling for much, even though I really do like them and I think they're dope. They're just not flipping for that much money, especially since they were asking, I think, 39 bucks for those, so it definitely wasn't worth it. Finally coming across some heat was a pair of Air Max 98s. I believe I only remember the name of the colorway for this one, but these are really nice. The only downside to it is the fact that it's in a size 10.5, and 10.5 isn't a terrible size for women's shoes. I've even sold some 12s and some 11.5s in women's in the past, but 10.5 is usually going to take a lot longer for those to sell, so I'm still might take a chance on those, but I'm going to check the comps, see how fast they're selling, and I'll see if I'm going to pick them up. Next was this pair of Air Max 720s, and my wife really loves 720s, so once I take these home, I'm pretty sure she's going to try to convince me to either give them to her, or she's probably going to steal them. So it is what it is. These are definitely going to be coming with me because I know Air Max 720s, even though they're kind of uncomfortable for me, a lot of people really do like them, and they usually sell for over 100 bucks every time I pick them up. Now this was pretty dope. I had to take a second look at these. They were right next to the 720s. This is just a pair of Reeboks, but after checking the comps on those, I don't think they were selling for too much money either. But at the end of the day, the colorway was really nice, so I had to still check it out because sometimes I come across some nice Reeboks, and you never know. Some have some value, some don't. So checked out the kids section really quickly because I seen some were reduced in this aisle. Then I saw these pair of Air Force Ones. These are some highs, and these have been selling for about 60, sometimes 70 bucks, and they were asking $40 for those, so definitely not worth it for me to pick those up. I usually try to always double up my money anytime I pick up shoes from Ross, but still a really good shoe. So if they ever do drop the price on those, I might come back and pick those up. Here was actually some shoes that were reduced. This was a pair of those Converses. I think I showed these to you in a previous video, but still I don't think these are really selling for too much money. I didn't even check the comp, so drop a comment, let me know if you guys are picking those up, but I know I didn't want to even check those out. And here was a pair of Spiridons, and I haven't seen these in Ross in a while. I used to come across these fairly often a few months ago, but this was a nice clean pair in a size 13. They were asking 55, but these are selling for over 100, so I might take a chance on those. And here's a pair of these Air Force One utility highs. And these are really dope. The only downside is that every time I come across these, they're usually missing one or both straps. So I definitely just wanted to make sure that both straps were there, because if one strap is missing, I usually don't even pick it up. But thankfully I looked inside and both straps were there, so I'm definitely going to be taking a chance on these, because these usually sell for about $100 every time. Alright y'all, so as you guys can see, my battery died right when I was about to show you guys some more of these shoes, but it is what it is. I'm glad I was able to get some decent footage, and we don't have a ton of finds, but we got some quality ones here, so I'll run through them really quickly for you guys. This was that pair of Air Max 98s in the size 10.5, and it's a 10.5 in women, so that's not the best size. I probably try to focus anywhere between like 7.5 to as high as about 9.5. Those usually sell a lot better for me, but it is what it is. I'm pretty sure there are also going to be some women looking for size 10.5s, so it might not be the fastest sale, but these, when they do sell, should sell for about 110 to about 120, so I definitely still want to take a chance on those. And next up was this pair of Air Max 720s, and I was telling you guys my wife loves these 720s. For me they're a little uncomfortable, but for her she really does like them, so I don't think she's going to be grabbing these up because she has a pair very similar. But like I said, those should still sell for about 120 to 130. I've been seeing the comps, and that's just about what they've been selling for, so I might have to wait a little while for those to sell as well. And I wasn't able to catch this on camera, but I did find some shoes on clearance. These were a size 13 for only $2.99, and these were selling for about $40, so had to grab those up all day long. This was another shoe that I grabbed on clearance. They were only $10 for these, and these were in a size 14, so 14 isn't too big, and they were only $10, so I'm pretty sure I'll be able to flip those pretty quickly instead of holding on to them for months like I usually do anytime I used to pick up size 16 or higher. Those usually take a lot longer to move. And the funny thing is, I almost forgot to tell you guys, the tag on the inside of the shoes said size 12, but these are really just a size 8.5, so at the end of the day, really better size, way better than picking up a size 12 in women's, because even though I sold that size in the past, they take a lot longer to move. Now next up was this pair of Spiridons, and these, I believe they were asking $55 for those, and these were selling for about 120. I've seen some even sell for a little more, so I'm going to price mine on the higher end as well and just wait for the right buyer to come along. But I'm pretty sure these were going to sell faster, because they just did a collab with Stussy. Spiridons and Stussy made their own Spiridon model, so I'm pretty sure the hype is going to be there, so those might sell out a little faster. And this was those pair of Air Force One utility highs. These were selling for about 110 to 120, so I haven't been finding a lot of these. Well, I've been finding a lot of these, but they're always missing the strap, so thankfully both straps were in there, so I was able to pick those up, and those should sell pretty quickly, because I just checking the sell-through rate, those were selling pretty fast. And last but certainly not least was another pair of Air Force Ones. These are just some duck boots, and these were $55 as well, so these are selling for the same price, just about that 110 to 120 range. And I'm pretty sure these are going to sell out probably as we get closer to the fall, but people are surprisingly still picking these up. I know in Seattle right now it's raining a lot, so you never know, people might be wanting to stock up on their fall stuff early. Who knows? It is what it is. I'm just glad I was able to come across some really good pickups today, because lately Ross has been restocking really slowly, but I'm still trying to hit up at least one store every day. It's all about just being consistent, and that just works best for me. So if you guys enjoyed some of these finds, drop a comment, let me know if you guys been finding anything good in your Ross as well. Alright y'all, that's all I got for today's video. So if you guys enjoyed that one, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. The first link in the description is to cop one of these consistency tees, so if you guys are interested in that, definitely hit that link in the first description, and you make sure you use code consistency10 to save 10% off your order. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
For the winner, cause you felt like you was losing, only for the winner. Move just to keep from cooling, like only for the winner, only for the winner, only for the winner. Boy, my heart is cold. I should've never offered it. I'm tight and now I'm off this shit.